We're about to begin a journey through time and space. The journey of the history of civilization. Beyond the landing on Mars and the Outworld colonies, the first alien contact, the Riemann space...
Good evening, I'm the Game Tutor, and tonight we're going to be looking at indie sim game Spatials. Now, the Spatials is developed by a game development student called Weird and Right. It was founded in 2014 by two brothers. And the Spatials is kind of a Sims meets sort of theme hospital slash with a bit of cannon fodder thrown in. Now, unlike a lot of grades videos that we generally seem to do on this site, normally it's obviously done with a kind of montage of clips with me talking to you and telling you about the game. One thing we haven't done for quite a while is one of my literal first play videos, and the reason I stepped away from those a little bit recently is obviously because it doesn't quite give you as much of an insight into what the game is like, and generally we got a lot better feedback from the grades videos and the examines videos, which is where I generally kind of look at pre-release stuff and give you my thoughts. But when I started to make the Spatials, which is a game that I've probably played about 4 or 5 hours now, and I sort of started thinking about getting footage for the review, I realised that it was quite hard to put together a review that really showcased the game, because it was quite hard to talk about it in a way that kind of meant something. So we're going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to show you, talk you through the game, and we're going to see where we get, and I'm just going to kind of show you where I am in the game and what's going on and give you my thoughts and opinions. So going into the game, I'm just going to continue from where I've left off, and here you will see this is my kind of space station that I've built so far. Now there's quite a lot to the game in the sense of you have all the things you can build on the left, you've got your inventory on the right, and these are all the different things. So you've got things like you can make security gates, you can spaceports for visitors to arrive, you've got a warehouse to store your stuff, you've got factories where you can make different things, you've got things such as, you've got suites and living rooms and barracks. So as you can see here, I've got a barracks, which is kind of a lower grade sleeping area, and then over here I've got the suites, which is kind of a higher grade sleeping area. I've also got, this is my bar and my video arcade. I've got other things such as a garden, a kitchen, and a variety of other bits and pieces. Now, in order to do things like in most, you need resources. So I've got a couple of items here which have got kind of flashing things above them to say they haven't got them. So for instance, this drinks counter hasn't got any stock of the 2 different types of drinks that it's selling. And in order to get those, I have to make them in one of the other stations, such as these ones over here, using all these different things I've got in my inventory at the bottom. So for instance here you can see I'm out of nitrogen, and I need nitrogen to make some more of those. So how do you get resources? There's 2 ways you can get resources. So going into my planet menu, I can see these are all the kind of planets I've conquered. So there's basically 30 levels, if you like, of planets that you can go and conquer, and in a very mobile way you can complete all the planets on a kind of 1, 2 and 3 star rating system. So if we go back to the beginning and I look at a planet I have sort of pretty much totally conquered, let's go with this one. What you can see is I've got 3 of my little people acting as diplomats, and that reduces what's called the resource exploitation period for this place, and then on it I can basically get these. So every period is 2 minutes, so every 2 minutes from this one planet that I'm getting resources from, I get 3 of these, 2 of these, 1 of these, and etc, etc, etc. You can get bonuses by completing things in different levels. So I've completed this one as a 3 star, I've completed it on WTF level, which means that I get 3 times. So therefore here I'm getting 12 steel and 12 water. If I click on this one, I can actually click on that, and that means the water's gone up to 15. So I can make the water up a bit more as well. That we're doing alright, so I just got that up to 18. So now I'm getting 12 steel and 18 water per 2 minutes. Okay, so that's one way you get resources. You can always get resources by going on missions. So let's go on a mission and have a look. Now, if I go to... Let's not go all the way to level 8, because I want something that's not going to be insanely difficult. Let's go to level 7. Let's do this one, which I haven't done. All of my little people look alright. Yeah, nothing's on red, not on red, not on red. Yeah, we're all good. We're only on normal anyway. So, now, when you go on a mission, this is my little group of people. You get 5 people, and they all have a different kind of role. You've got this person here who's always red, who is basically one of your main attackers. He has a sniper or a shotgun or kind of a powerful single attack. This guy's the best guy. He always has some kind of AoE effect. So if I go over here and use my AoE on all of these, there you go. I've killed all of those in one go, which was not lovely because didn't really massively need to kill those, to be honest. The guy in yellow is the tank. His effect usually either dazes enemies or sometimes persuades enemies to attack him. And it's not as useful as it sounds, surprisingly. 4th is the medic. He heals, and you generally find yourself end up spamming 4 every time that comes off cooldown. 5th is the engineer, and he gives you your energy back, and your energy is what basically makes you use your other abilities. Now, in terms of how the game plays, it plays kind of like cannon fodder, in the sense of you have a little squad that you move around. One of the main things is that the squad's actually quite difficult to control, and you can't select individual people, so sometimes they're not always going where you expect them to. So I'm here, and it wants me to eliminate the pirates in a very kind of eliminate 7 pirates in a very MMO sort of way. So here are the pirates. Let's there we go, and kill 3 of those instantly. Kill those, kill those. Done. Now get some health back, get some energy back. So that's that. Now it wants me to eliminate some more pirates. Very nicely done. And these here are the things I'm getting. So I'm already getting some resources, and these kind of squares are upgrades to my to various abilities that I can do. Kill those, see if I get anything useful. Destroy the antenna. Now, what you're seeing here, obviously, is, as I said, this is a pretty typical mission, and that's actually one of the game's real issues. Is that there's not, or at least what I have seen, there's very little variety in the missions. And I kind of thought as you got further into the game, you'd end up having more of that variety, but it just hasn't really come. I mean, I'm up to about level 10, you know, in terms of places that I've unlocked. So I've kind of seen a third of the game, and everything pretty much. Oh, I've got a boss character, so to speak. Everything is pretty much the same. It's go to a planet, kill some pirates, maybe destroy a building, kill some more pirates, kill a strong pirate, and that's literally it. And I'm kind of hoping it was going to get more, but I don't think it really is. I don't think it's going to get any different. So we've seen one. I can leave the planet now, and I could then go back and do that same one at a harder difficulty that would give me slightly better loot, and would give me a bonus. But instead I'm gonna, so let's go back to here and let's go to level 8. So we've jumped forward a few levels now, and let's see if this should be harder, but let's see if it's really different. So investigate the first tower. So okay, that's something a little bit different. Little bit different. They also kind of fidget. They don't really properly walk diagonal. They kind of do this weird, like, up, down, up, down. So, okay, this is something a little bit different to the previous one. Like, sometimes you get a little bit of dialogue. Investigate the second tower. Oh, no, the arrow's this way. There we go, right, so I'm going to get attacked. Oh, and I'm done. That was literally it. That was that whole planet. Right, let's do another one. Destroy the factory, so again, kill more pirates, basically. Kill these. So one of my little men have been killed. My little blue guy. Which is a problem. So now it's destroy the antenna, so it's going to be go and kill more pirates. The problem is now that I've not got a lot of, so I've got to be quite careful. It's the other thing, you sometimes things get hidden like behind stuff, so it's quite hard to actually see what you're actually shooting at. Oh, what happened there? Oh, see look, that was some guy that I hadn't killed that was hidden behind the thing because I couldn't see it. Oh, well, I'm not going to be able to complete this now, so I can leave the planet. But anyway, so it gives you an idea, and none that really changes. It's go to a planet, kill some people, blah, 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 lather, rinse, repeat. And it's fun, don't get me wrong. It's fun, it's a fun little side line, so to speak, but I kind of would like a little bit more variety. And also, there's never any like terrain or anything you get caught in, and you never really go inside much. It's always very much just an open flat area that you walk around, and that's basically it. So these are my little people. They gain levels. These are my highest little group. You generally need to keep a kind of multiple teams going, because if you have one team, like all of these guys are really hungry because some of them got killed, so they're going to need to have a little bit of a sort of a basis. They gain little things as they go up, but to be honest, as they go up, they actually get more friggin' needy. Like, they want things as they get higher levels, which actually means that their upkeep is higher as they get higher levels, which I guess isn't a massive issue. Combat. So this is where you can upgrade things. So I'm upgrading my 17 power zapper to a 21 power beam gun. And I'll upgrade 292 max health. Wow, that's very nice. 528 max health. We'll definitely keep that one. Also we got here the tank guys. So health regen, he's currently got 5 health per second. I'll upgrade that to 7. 14 power zapper. Oh, but that's got a much quicker cooldown, so that actually is going to be better for him, so we'll give him that. And 250 max energy, we'll upgrade that one. And this guy can get some extra health, 257, 280. Cool. So ones that I don't use, I can then actually recycle to get some other things and some more kind of resources and stuff like that. So that's kind of the game. The problem is, and then my biggest issue with the game is that it's actually kind of hard to, in some cases, to get lots of resources. Like I still haven't got any friggin' time. I still haven't got any nitrogen. So where do I get nitrogen from? So if I look at these resources, there's no nitrogen there. Okay, I can hire some recruits. Let's hire some more recruits. Why not? No nitrogen there. No nitrogen there. So I can't get any there. So where do I get nitrogen from? Now, there might be a way to get nitrogen, but not that I've been told. And there isn't actually that much in terms of tutorial. There's a very vague tutorial that gives you a very vague kind of, this is how the game works at the beginning. But it's really rather kind of like, okay, can I get any nitrogen from here? Now these are the very kind of mobile game style extra things where you can basically pick your officers and they'll go off on a... and get some water. So we can get do some learning. We'll get some of that. Again, it gives you quite an easy system which you can pick the best officers for the job, which is actually quite useful when you're a bit lazy. That'll do. See what happens there. But yeah, so I haven't got any of those. Now, in terms of unlocking new things, this is the tech tree where you can unlock new stuff. So I need 5 more of those in order to unlock a hospital. So, and so, or quite a lot more of those in order to work. So I get a point, a research point every time I complete a planet. So in terms of building, so this is how the building stuff works. It's reasonably tricky to see where you're building. So let's put a little bit of we've got a museum there. What else can I put in? An arcade. We've got a museum. So let's, what have I been wanting to build another one of? What gets used quite a lot. The kitchen's always being relatively used. So let's build another kitchen. Might be quite a worthwhile thing to build another one of. Just give me a little bit more space. So first, as you can see, the problem with the grid is the grid's at the top, not at the bottom. So it's really hard actually to see where you want to do it. And you can't build things next to each other. You can only build things kind of in an angle. So my little person can't get to that now, so I've got to do a corridor. So let's do a corridor. Actually, do I already want a kitchen there? No, I don't want a kitchen there. That's a crap place to have a kitchen. Let's put a kitchen next, over here, next to the bar, off the factory. So let's put another kitchen here. Kitchen. There we go, kitchen. So I'm going to build another kitchen here. And I'm going to put a corridor on it from there. And yeah, let's do it from there. Not there. Move floor. Right, so now this little man is building stuff. And that will eventually happen. And then I can start to put things in. So you kind of get the idea of how it works. So what do I think of the Spatials? It's fun. It's quite good fun. I've played it for quite a few hours now, and I'm having quite a bit of fun with it. It's not perfect, and there are a few things that I really, really would like to change. Firstly, certain resources are too scarce. Like, I don't have nitrogen. I don't know how to get nitrogen. I've never been shown how to get nitrogen. I don't have enough nitrogen. What do I do to get nitrogen? I could probably look it up online how to get nitrogen, but I don't really want to cheat. Well, help show me how to get nitrogen. Resources, warehouse, recycler, raw resources, no. Not sure. No. Can I get nitrogen from like these things? So I've completed my little research and I failed. Oh well, never mind. Yeah, and that one's completed as well. Oh, I succeeded with that one. Can I make nitrogen of these? No, I can't. So I just don't know how to get nitrogen. I can't make nitrogen of those. That can't do anything. That's another issue. Sometimes you can get things like this thing. I can't make reds, so I can't make all of these things yet, and so therefore I can't do it. So with this one, I unlocked a replicator, but I can't unlock anything to make on that until much further down the tech tree. So that's kind of a bit of a waste. But if you like things like Theme Hospital, you like that sort of game, you like kind of low, not very intense strategy games, then there's quite a bit of fun to be had here. It's not perfect. The combat could be greatly improved, but it's got the basis of a really, really good game. And I definitely think that a sequel or an expansion could kind of help to right some of those wrongs and some of those issues. But have a look at it, see what you think, and if you do want it, you can currently get it on Steam for the price of £9.99 or your £9.99, I'll say, or your regional equivalent. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you later.
And the terrible Bagelhead invasion, the fast food made of people, and the cosmonaut cats. A journey to the era of the Spatials. Welcome.
If you've enjoyed tonight's video, please like and subscribe. Remember to come and check us out at thegametutor.co.uk, where news, articles and videos are updated on a weekly basis. Also, please check us out on Twitter, Facebook and Dailymotion.